Hello guys and welcome to my patch 9.15b rundown. My name is Squiggle and today I'm going to bring you guys through all of the changes that have happened and a brief summary of what things are going to be stronger and weaker coming in the next patch. So to start off with, we're going to fly into the Elise changes. Elise is going to be buffed slightly, which is going to lead to the demons and the shapeshifters being slightly stronger. Now I must add as well that next patch there is going to be a 6th shapeshifter. So Elise, we can see in patch 9.16, be one of the pivotal champions that's going to carry a lot of games. After this, we're going to see that Karthus is going to be nerfed at all levels. Now Karthus is still going to be stronger than his pre-nerf state, however he's not going to be one of those you get him to level 2 and then he just simply flat out carries the game. Now Sorcerer is going to be slightly nerfed by this, as is Phantom, however you can still piece them into a lot of team comps. After this, we're going to see that Kayle is going to be slightly weaker, 25 more mana on her ulti. Now, it was at the point where Kayle could get like 4 ults out at one single time when she was level 2, and this is going to basically mean that Kayle isn't just a flat out win condition for a lot of team comps. After this, Pyke is going to be slightly weaker, a very deserved nerf to his stun duration, as Pyke was simply one of the best tier 2 units in the game. After this, Rengar is going to be nerfed as well, which is basically going to reduce the effectiveness of the assassin comp with the Rengar as the main carry. Last but not least, Vega is going to be changed. He's going to have a simple addition to his ability damage, which of course is going to be amplified because you are only going to be running the Vega if you are running 3 to 6 sorcerers. Now this is kind of a nice quality of life, as sometimes you can't get the Vega ulting the whole enemy team when they have less levels than the Vega. So just having a little bit of extra ability damage is really going to push him away from the lower tiers. Next up, we're going to have a look at the items. The Guardian Angel is going to be a lot weaker on a character like Cho'Gath. However, if you are looking at something like Swain or Kennen, then I would say that it is roughly the same. The interaction with those characters is when they got their ultimate off, if they got put in Guardian Angel, it just wouldn't end actually. So this is basically going to be exactly the same on those characters, however weaker on characters where it does not have these sort of interactions. After this, Guinsoo's Rageblade is going to be a slight bit stronger. Now this is going to be creeping up to being one of the best items in the game, and eventually this is going to be extremely busted, especially since when you are playing the Rangers or the Gunslingers, you can't really do too much with your needlessly large rod except maybe turn them into a Morello, so we can see the Guinsoo's Rageblade being very prevalent in the coming patches. Next, we're going to have a look at Morellonomicon, slight nerf at 20%, however I still think it is one of the best items in the game. You're still going to want to go this on things like Kennen, Swain, and of course your Garen. Next up, Phantom Dancer. This is going to be the 3rd direct nerf to the assassins this patch, which is going to make the assassins extremely weak compared to the other comps. Next up, Runaan's Hurricane is going to be changed to give 75% of bonus damage instead of 25%, which is going to make it slightly more viable, especially when the Gunslingers and the Rangers are in the meta. Next up, we're going to have Static Shiv. It is simply going to be bug fixed. It is going to be doing slightly less damage. However, this is needed as it is by far one of the best items in the game. And last but not least, the Sword of the Divine is going to be buffed from 5% chance to 7% chance. Similar to the Guinsoo's Rageblade, this is going to be one of those things that can just get out of control if the fight is going a little bit too long. Of course, this comes to mind as being a fantastic Draven item, so if you can get this on top of just having a rapid fire cannon and then maybe like a Bloodthirster, then this item can just start destroying everyone when you couple it with the right team comp. Now overall, this is basically going to be a slight nerf for the Phantoms, Sorcerers and Knights because their legendaries are getting nerfed. However, it is going to also be another slight nerf to Assassins. Now Assassins are getting a lot of hits to them, and this is going to make the Gunslingers and the Rangers, aka the things that were countered by the Assassins, even more prevalent. I expect Gunslingers and Rangers to be extremely strong in the coming patch, and of course, this means that you can still run the Kale and the Karthus, they're just not going to be the only carries on your team. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in 9.16.